Good morning. I'm back to teach. I don't know who's watching, but I'm back to teach. Today we're going to do the Code of Criminal Procedure. In Code of Criminal Procedure, something that is popularly referred to as First Information Report, FIR. What is the full form of FIR? First Information Report. This terminology is not actually used anywhere in the Code of Criminal Procedure. There is no section which says FIR. But the report that is filed under section 154, particularly subsection 1 of 154, is popularly referred to as First Information Report, FIR. For any criminal lawyer, this is probably the essence of criminal law. Did I word that right? This is the bread and butter of your criminal law practice for sure. It is the essence of the investigation. It is the lifeblood of the entire sequence of crimes.
Oxygen,
What else? Water. It is the prana shakti of a criminal soul, all of that of the criminal law practice or criminal procedure code or whatever. It is to be found in section 154, especially subsection 1. I'm reading it out. Every information relating to the commission of a cognizable offense. What is a cognizable offense? Go back to the semester where you were taught Indian Penal Code and join that semester again. If you don't know what's a cognizable offense, I'm not going to teach you that now. Every information relating to the commission of a cognizable offense, if given orally to an officer in charge of a police station, shall be reduced to writing by him or under his direction and be read over to the informant. And every such information, whether given in writing or reduced to writing as aforesaid, shall be signed by the person giving it, and the substance thereof shall be entered in a book to be kept by such officer in such form as the state government may prescribe in this behalf. Now comes the usual lecture where I deviate from the topic. This particular subsection will be read by thousands of you. Okay? By thousands of you. It has been read by several other thousands of lawyers. Each of them will understand it separately. The point I'm trying to make is, butter chicken is made in thousands of restaurants. There is a particular recipe. But there is one particular chef who gives it a signature style, so to speak, whose butter chicken somehow tastes better than the butter chicken in the next restaurant. Formula is the same. So how is it that the same ingredients, the same recipe, the same method of cooking results in two different tastes? How is it so? I think it is because of the commitment of the chef on a daily basis. I think it is because the passion, the passion part of a job makes all the difference. Thank you. There is a word called Meraki. Meraki. Can somebody tell me what that word means? It's of Turkish origin, that much I know. It originates from Turco-Greece language.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Anybody?
Doing so.
This is a word that modern Greeks often use to describe what happens when you leave a piece of yourself, your soul, your creativity or love. Think about it in your work. I'm reading this again. There is a word called meraki. It originates in Greece, but I think it was originally from Turkey. It is used to describe what happens when you leave a piece of yourself, which means your soul, your creativity or love, in your work. When you love doing something, anything, so much so that you put something of yourself into it. It is meraki, which is that ingredient which makes that butter chicken of that particular restaurant, of that chef, different from the rest of it. I hope you will put some meraki into the Code of Criminal Procedure, which is otherwise what? It's such a long read, What does it mean? Every information relating to the commission of a cognizable offence, if given orally to an officer in charge of police station, shall be reduced to writing by him or under his direction and be read over to the informant, and every such information, whether given in writing or reduced in writing as aforesaid, shall be signed by the person giving it, and the substance thereof shall be entered into a book to be kept by such officer in such form as the state government may prescribe itself in this behalf. Breathless Shankar Mahadevan. What does it mean? You need to have fursat to read law. Slow and nice and easy. There's no 2-minute noodle formula here. FIR, from the point of view of the complainant, is to set in motion the criminal law machinery. The start of criminal law in action. From the point of view of the officer or the government or the state, it is the first point where he is getting information about a cognizable offence. That's what you need to understand. It is of an extraordinary high degree of value. It forms the very soul of prosecution eventually. And it is such a deep subject that there are entire books written on just that one section. FIR is a book by itself, which I encourage you to buy and read. Who can file an FIR? What should be the content of the FIR? What happens if the FIR does not disclose the entire crime? More importantly, what happens if a police officer refuses to file an FIR? What happens if a police officer refuses to file an FIR, which you have seen in so many Bollywood movies? What do? You go to section 156. This is 154. After this 155. After this 156. In that subsection 3 will tell you what you are supposed to do as a lawyer if a police officer refuses to file an FIR under subsection 1 of 154. Yeah? So, what is necessary to be recorded in the FIR? What happens after the filing of FIR? You'll be surprised to know not many people know what happens after you file the FIR. I'm going to take a short break, commercial break, where there's nobody sponsoring this show except me and my deep pockets. We'll see you after this commercial break in part 2. Now you know what is an FIR. In part 2, I will tell you many other things about what you don't know about FIR. See you. Bye.